Hello everyone. Today we did a cooking show and I thought, well, let's see how it goes on my YouTube channel. And what we're gonna make today is this curried paste that has basically saved my life when times when I'm super busy or when I'm not feeling well. This is something that I have in my refrigerator all the time. I will show you a recipe right after we're done making this, how to make curried corn, let's say. But I usually use it, like let's say if you wanted to make ground beef curry, if you have ground beef ready, and even if you don't have it ready, but if you want it instant, you put a little bit of oil, you put a little bit of this mixture in there, you add your ground beef in there, you can add your potatoes in there, mix everything really well, cover it, it's done. Your curry is done. That's how fast you can do it. All these ingredients go in here. This is my 6-ounce can of tomato paste. So I'm only using the 6 ounce, but if you wanted to, you can go ahead and use more tomato paste if you like. It's gonna make your life so much easier. So let's get started. Let me go ahead and explain you just all the ingredients, and then we will kind of eyeball everything, and you will have to see what you like in there more and what you don't like, but I'll give you approximate measures, okay? We're gonna start off with about 2 tablespoons of olive oil. We're gonna use about a teaspoon of mustard seeds. Here I have about 7 to 8 curry leaves. Now, curry leaves, I usually bring them from the store. Then I've got we'll do about a tablespoon of fresh ginger and garlic. I've got fresh ginger and garlic mixed over here. A tablespoon of my chili garlic sauce, 6 ounces of tomato paste, salt to taste, a teaspoon of turmeric, teaspoon of ground cumin, teaspoon of coriander powder, a tablespoon of lemon pepper. Now, if you guys don't eat as tart as we do, please less than that. We just love tart food. And then I'm gonna do a teaspoon of garam masala here. Here I have 2 cans of corn that I have washed, and they're 15.25 ounces, I believe. I washed them, drained it, and it's ready to go. This will be after we're done with this paste recipe, okay? And then I have some fresh coriander in here that is chopped. So let's get started. Okay, got my stove on. I'm gonna add the 2 tablespoons of olive oil in here. It's gonna cook up the tomato paste. So I'm not gonna put it on very high. This is quite medium low because it's gonna start splattering, okay? Let's go ahead and add the turmeric in here. Now, so at this point, what I'm going to do is you gotta wait until your mustard seeds pop. I'm gonna lower this because I don't want it to, so you see how that's splattering? Let's go ahead and add our And I had some water inside the bowl, that's why that happened, so just be careful. You can see here that the curry leaves and the mustard seeds are kind of toasty. So at this point, again, just want to make sure that your stove is a little lower because it's going to splatter again. I'm going to add that 1 tablespoon of ginger and garlic. By adding these in the steps that I'm mentioning, really it really makes a difference in the end product. It really does. By frying up the ginger and garlic, by frying up the sambal, it's not dead ingredients. It's you're really reviving them. Okay, I added up a little bit of too much of the sambal. So that's up to you. It's how much you want to add in there. I'm going to go ahead and add my tomato paste in here. I want my tomato, all these are in the steps that I do, and the reason behind the steps is so that everything fries in different times. And we're going to cook the tomato paste until you have a color that is more like a maroon color. I'm going to go ahead and add my turmeric in here. But for you guys, I measure everything out. So I did call out the measurements in the beginning of the video. So we did cumin powder, we did coriander powder. So in goes my salts. This is garam masala that's going in. This is lemon pepper going in. Now the other very important thing is taste test, taste test, taste test. This is completely done. Look at it, look at it. The color is changed. It's thick. And also the other thing is the smell is amazing. You always want to give it a taste test. We did add a little bit more of the sambal, but it's really, really good. Yummy. Okay. So this time, let's go ahead and shut the stove off. So at this point, let's say you tried it and you felt like, the garam masala is not. Go ahead and add some in there. Just don't turn the stove off. Cook it a little bit so it cooks in there. So this is completely ready. You want this to completely cool down before you put it in your bottle, whichever bottle you're going to use. But because this is a live show, I'm just going to do it right now. And then now we're going to proceed to making curried corn. I will try and put a link of that on the bottom in the description box below so you guys can refer to that. So that's my red chutney. This here is just the sambal chili garlic sauce that I use in here because I feel like the taste is super amazing. All right, now let's get our pot started here. So in here I'm going to add about, you don't need much, about a tablespoon to 2 tablespoons of olive oil. Now there's 2 ways you can make this. You can also make this with adding coconut cream in here, and that also turns out amazing. So you could do a creamed coconut, or you could do curried coconut. So it depends, and I'll show you when you would add that in. You want to add about 2 tablespoons of the paste we just made. I'm just going to eyeball. Okay. Now you open up the 2 cans of corn. You drain it, wash it, drain it, add your corn in here. So this is good enough. Now if you wanted to, the texture is completely up to you. I am going to do a taste test because, like I said, I really highly recommend tasting everything. Okay. The taste is perfect. The lemon is perfect. The chili is perfect. The salt is perfect. But I want to make it a little bit more gravy. I'm just going to add a little bit of water in here, just a little bit. Now this is going to depend on how much you want to add water in there, how much you don't. It's really up to you. The topping that goes with this is basically up to you. You could do potato chips. You could do string potatoes. You know those shoestring potatoes is what they're called. You could do chevro, samosa chapri. Geez. Then we're going to take some fresh chopped cilantro and it goes on top. I'm going to grab some lemon, sprinkle some on, or just throw it just like that on top. We made these beautiful date bites. Made these beautiful date bites. I do have a video for these. These are absolutely delicious. And we also did curry starter kits. These are lifesavers for my curries that I do. I think we're done with this dish. So man, honestly tell them, what do you think of the corn?
I like it, but I like more lime in it.
So you see how I felt that the lime was enough, but I got my daughter and my husband, which just love such tart food, that so that's what the lime on there is for. But you see how crispy that corn is?
Yeah.
The reason why it's so crispy is because we didn't cook it so much. We just put everything in there. You don't want to cook the corn so much. When I whenever I made it for the mosque and stuff, I would just transfer the big dabbas or the big cans of corn into the silver trays. I would make this mixture. I would add the coconut. Let me show you the coconut that I like to use. They are amazing. This is coconut cream. I highly recommend that you use coconut cream. Do not buy coconut milk. The reason is because they take the coconut cream and they add water in it. I hope you all enjoyed this time in the kitchen with me. I had an amazing time with you guys. I loved doing this. So if you want to see more of these videos, comment below. Let me know that you guys want to see this. I really appreciate this. Thank you so much for joining me on this episode of Rehana's Cuisines. Hope you can join me here next time with another great video. Remember everybody, stay safe, stay blessed.